30 years ago, late that Monday morning on August 18, 1969, it was time for Woodstock Ventures to come forward, to emerge from 3 days of peaceful insanity to face the music.
We were sued by Monticello Racetrack, by the food concessionaires, by a couple of farmers whose cows didn't give milk for a few weeks. Which, you know, I think that had some merit. We were sued by the Alexander's Rent-A-Car because we lost 37 of the cars we rented. God, I don't really like reliving all of this all these years later. In all, there were about 80 lawsuits. None of them ever went to court. We settled with the farmers and the cows, and the rest were just dismissed.
It'll be 2 or 3 days before all the people leave the peace and quiet of the Catskill Mountains. Despite the problems, and there were many problems, though they were not as great as many people believed, this weekend says a lot about the youth of America. Many said they learned a lot about themselves and learned a lot about getting along together and priorities. And for most, that alone makes it all worthwhile.
30 years ago, the first Woodstock Music and Art Fair took place hard on the heels of one of the most tumultuous and violent years in U.S. history. And for 3 miraculous days, the Woodstock Nation somehow kept the peace.
And I think that's why we're still talking about it, because the world still is in trouble. And for that weekend, at that spot, the world was not in trouble.
Freedom!